All right, so the days are being filled with work. This is day number 16. I've been on my computer since 8 o'clock this morning, working on my content, working on emails. At 2 o'clock I'll be starting to work at the hotel, and the same thing will repeat itself tomorrow. So really absorbed with that. I don't know about my shop, what's going on, about the cleanup. Is it toxic? What's going to happen with my inventory? I'm waiting for an insurance to hear back, so we can go in there and determine what's going on, and then hopefully cleaning up and, you know, repainting and everything. So that's going to be a lengthy process. In the meanwhile, I'm super happy I get to work out at the hotel lobby. And of course, sitting here at the lobby, I really learn a lot about all these poor people and friends and colleagues of mine that lost their homes. The spirits, everybody seems to be in a somewhat okay spirit and goes day by day. We're taking it. The Red Cross is giving out case numbers. Those case numbers allow then people to be placed in different locations where it's more of a long-term thing, because we know and we are trying to somehow find out that tourists can come back at some point. In fact, I saw my friend today, Captain Turtle, and he did a boat trip yesterday from Alaia Harbor to Lanai, and he had guests on the boat from Kihei and Wailea tourists, and everybody was super supportive, and everybody was really generous and said, we want to help, and really, frankly, they tipped really well. So that's good to hear. The people that are here, they're emphasizing, they're wanting to help. That's today. It's day 17, Friday. Really not much to say here, other than been working all day and going back to work, and the hotel or the timeshare that I'm working at, they are trying to work with the Red Cross to find a little bit more long-term solutions for the employees to stay. And of course, listening to the news all the time. We still have no internet here, by the way, so I'm still commuting to the hotel lobby to work from there, which I kind of enjoy. And heard some news about protecting the reef, and there's efforts in Lahaina for stuff not to run off into the reef and into the water, because that's very crucial. And that's pretty much it for today. Day number 18, and I just spent the last 18 hours in bed. I got really sick yesterday, later afternoon, and just went to bed and did not have a good night. And my wife's on the other side of the island at a Surf Pro Kids Day from our local coach here. Super nice. Pedro organized the Kids Day in Ho'okipa for the kids, and I'm waking up at 2 p.m. and what's going on? Fire sirens are going off. My wife's calling me, have you heard anything? Is the road closed? I jump out of bed and I was like, oh my gosh, not again. Driving to the Kapalua airport, which is really like on a hillside and really up and above from where you can see a lot of the land, and I did not see any smoke. There was a lot of cars also checking. There's cars driving everywhere, and luckily there was not much to talk about. There was a brush fire which eventually got put out, so lucky. I hear the kids had fun with the pros over in Ho'okipa, and I think that's really good, and thank you guys so much, pros and Pedro, for coming out for the kids today. 19, starting at the beach today. Really bummed I had to sit out yesterday, but I'm getting better. And I think I'm about to start a conspiracy video, because it is absolutely insane how many lies are being spread on the internet, and it hurts even more when it's your own neighborhood. When you see videos of neighborhoods that are half burnt, and then people claim it was this person's or this person's house, and you're like, no, these people don't even live here. When they're talking about lasers and smart cities and smart islands, and it's just all clickbait, and it's really frustrating. And now I get it, because when you see what happens in your own life, in your own neighborhood, and then people are just taking out garbage, making money off of it, it's really sickening. And the YouTubers flying to Maui, making a few $100,000 off of their videos, claiming they have investigated it, showing a bunch of distressed people, and then moving on to the next video. It's really saddens me. What also saddens me is that Even day 19, a lot of people have problems to get back to their business. We have businesses that are still functioning. My shop is still there. I can't barely get to it. I can't get it cleaned out. Frankly, my neighbor Brandon with his bottling business was being shut down because he's in a restricted area, even though the water was tested all good, and he can't go back to his business. Other people can't go back to their business. And I'm starting this conspiracy here pretty soon. If that's not going to change, there's nobody to call, nobody to tell you what's going on. It's just like, no, you cannot go back into the industrial park. Positive note behind me here, S-turns. That's where we go foiling. That's where we go winging in the winter. And the beach park really has become somehow of a community hub. There is still donations. People can still get stuff, getting together. And it's really nice to see there's still help. There's still these community hubs where if you need something you can go, and that is really good to see, particularly at a spot where we go a lot and play. Here I am, day number 20, and it is home office time. The internet came back last night. Great. Now I'm sitting at home, sadly not in my shop. I already miss kind of getting out of the house in the morning and go and be in a neighborhood, but the convenience of working from home is also not that bad, except I only have room for one screen here and not multiple ones. So, and I was also thinking maybe I should start a conspiracy video channel, because that seems to be a very lucrative business, and my Stand Up Magazine is not getting nearly as many views as the views of people that are pulling all sorts of weird ideas out of their hat. Kind of bummed about that. I'm really putting in a lot of love into my videos and my website, and space lasers are just going through the roof, making a lot of money. Yeah, that's very unfortunate, but I keep working here on my Stand Up Magazine and hotel shift. In fact, speaking of hotel shifts, I kind of been looking up when the West Maui hotels are being bookable again, and I found some hotels starting October 17th. Some hotels are not bookable until November 1st. The timeshare ones are not bookable further out. Hotels seem to be bookable earlier. We have ongoing issues with accessibility to our business. Insurance adjusters have the same problem as our industrial park, who is, I'd say, 80% unaffected by the fire, minus the smoke, of course, but businesses would be operable in there, and so would be mine if I would finally get an adjuster in there and was able to start the cleanup. But that is a big holdup, and maybe we're going to start a conspiracy video on that in the next days to come. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is day 20, and we are continuing.